The night had fallen quietly over the small town of Insert Town, USA. Streetlights cast long, flickering shadows across empty roads, and a cool wind whispered through the trees. It was the kind of night that promised calm, yet inside a small, beat-up car, tension crackled like static electricity. Inside, a couple drove in uneasy silence, the faint hum of the engine filling the air. In the back seat sat a bag of methamphetamine, the contents heavy with danger and illegality. The man gripped the steering wheel tightly, his knuckles pale in the dim light. His wife's hands trembled slightly on her lap, eyes darting nervously between the darkened streets and the GPS screen. "Are you sure this is the right way?" she asked, her voice a mix of frustration and fear. I think so," he replied, though the uncertainty in his voice betrayed him. "Maybe we just missed a turn back there." Minutes dragged by. Each wrong turn deepened their unease. Their headlights cut across empty roads that all looked the same, and the GPS seemed only to complicate matters. Anxiety grew, gnawing at them with each passing block. The car felt smaller, tighter, as if the weight of their mistake pressed down on them. Then, in a desperate moment of panic, or perhaps sheer stupidity, she said it. "Let's call 911. He blinked, incredulous. "For directions." "To the police station," she insisted, as if that somehow made sense. Somewhere in a quiet dispatch room, a phone rang, piercing the calm night. "911, what's your emergency?" The dispatcher answered, voice alert but routine. Hi, yes, we're lost," the wife stammered. "Can you tell us how to get to the police station?" A long pause followed. "You want directions to the police station?" the dispatcher asked slowly, trying to make sense of what they had just heard. "Yes," the husband muttered, his voice low, shaky. "Please." With that single call, everything changed. The dispatcher quickly relayed their location to local police officers. Within minutes, patrol cars were moving, lights off to avoid alarming anyone, heading toward what might have been a lost couple, or something far more serious. Inside the car, tension thickened with each turn. Left turns were missed, right turns overcorrected. Every stoplight seemed to mock them. Their conversation had dissolved into nervous murmurs and sighs. "Maybe we should just, I don't know, keep driving," he suggested. "Drive where?" she shot back. "We're lost. We don't even know which way is the station." "Maybe the dispatcher will just tell us when we're close." Little did they know, the officers already had their exact location and were quietly following the coordinates, unsure of what to expect. A tense game of unwitting cat and mouse had begun, though the couple didn't realize they were the mice, and the cats were waiting. After several more minutes of fumbling, they saw it. The familiar facade of the police station rising ahead, the building illuminated under the glow of the streetlights. Relief mixed with fear as they pulled into the lot. "Here it is," the wife whispered, her voice trembling. "We made it." They exited the car, hearts pounding, unaware that officers were already observing them, eyes on the bag of meth sitting openly in the back seat. One officer approached, keeping a neutral expression but failing to hide a small smirk. "Can I help you?" he asked. The couple froze. Words failed them. Their plan, if they had ever had one, was gone. In a matter of seconds, their crime had unraveled completely. They were no longer criminals on the run. They were prisoners of their own poor judgment. The bag of meth, sitting plainly in the back seat, was a silent testament to their folly. One officer later recounted, "I've been on the force for years, and I've never seen anyone deliver themselves to the station with drugs in hand." It was surreal. As the couple was escorted into the station, the officers couldn't hide their disbelief. A story like this wasn't just rare, it was almost comical. The combination of criminal intent and navigational incompetence had created a perfect storm of irony. Inside the station, the couple sat quietly, hands cuffed, heads bowed. The weight of their decision, to call 911 for directions while illegally transporting drugs, pressed down on them heavier than any officer could. Their night of fear, uncertainty, and poor choices had culminated in an outcome far more humiliating than any high-speed chase or desperate escape. News of the incident spread through the local law enforcement community like wildfire. Officers shared the story with colleagues, laughing quietly at the audacity and absurdity of the couple's self-delivered capture. "It's a reminder," one officer said, "that sometimes criminals don't need to be chased. They just bring themselves in." For the couple, the lesson was painfully clear. Crime doesn't just fail because of law enforcement. It can fail because of panic, poor planning, and questionable decision-making. In their case, every wrong turn, every moment of confusion, and that single phone call combined to seal their fate. The universe, it seemed, had a sense of humor. It had orchestrated a perfect ironic twist, ensuring that these criminals delivered themselves into the hands of justice without a chase, a struggle, or even a single gunshot fired. In the quiet town that night, the lights of the police station shone brightly, a beacon of authority and unknowingly of irony. The couple became an unlikely legend, their story told again and again as a cautionary tale of how quickly bad decisions can spiral, and how sometimes the simplest mistakes are the most spectacular ways for justice to arrive. And so, the couple's night ended not with freedom, not with escape, but with the humbling realization that the universe, and the law, sometimes has a way of showing up exactly when you least expect it. They hadn't been caught by skill, but by their own confusion. And in that, there was a strange kind of poetic justice. Crime, it seemed, didn't just fail them. It laughed at them.